Hello everyone, this is Bigalski.
And this is JTB.
And this is our first video in a while. It's good to be back. But what I've decided to do is I've made some clips on my Xbox One to help some guys in the club that I'm in. So this video here is just those clips that were on there. I figure I might as well put them on the channel. This is normal chapter 1, and I just showed people how to chain essence. I mean, it's not a karma run, it's not anything. It's stuff we've gone over before, but since it's on my Xbox One, I figured I might as well put it on my YouTube channel. So
yeah, and even though, I mean, this is primarily a karma run technique. Like, this is kind of what started the whole essence chaining. But generally speaking, if you can start out a fight with a UT, it's not really a bad thing. Like, that's going to set you up way better than just jumping into a fight and, you know, kind of going at it however you like, really. It's going to kill an enemy, it's going to set you up with another essence, like, even if you just get another ET. So it's a good way to start out an encounter.
And if you notice on that last fight, after I kill the guys, and here's another example of it right there, I'm holding block, and as I'm rolling away from the other essence, I undo the block real quick to just be able to absorb the one essence, because the other two are a little bit farther away.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that doing that instead of using all three, again, I used all three essences right there. It doesn't really matter, but again, you can start collecting essence a little early if you're able to know the distance and when to flick the little block button.
Yeah, exactly. So, and if it's the same essence, then it's much easier because you can just kind of let go of block briefly, and then Ryu will collect one orb. So, for example, when you get a UT, if you kill 3 enemies, you know, it's not the end of the world if you use all 3 for that essence, for your next UT, rather. You still get 20% of the essence value when you use it for a UT. But, you know, if you're killing something like, you know, Black Cat Fiends, if you're killing 3 of those and using all 3, you know, you're losing out on almost 4,000 essence there. So you want to be able to, you know, kind of do that on the fly. And when you're doing that in a UT, you'll see it a lot in karma runs. You'll see like a roll jump, and then when they're mid-air, they'll absorb 1 essence and then use the 2 left for a UT. Like that's a pretty common technique.
I totally dogged that. I mean, I went to go chain. So you go down the shaft, run to the end, flip back up, and that's what spawns the crow again. So the goal was to kill those guys with the UT. And then I, you know, pressed Y too soon and just totally messed it up. Now, of course, if this was a karma run, then, you know, I would have already started over a long time ago.
Yes, I mean, even right here, like, you have, you could, it's generally a karma run technique, but, like, if your goal on a regular run is to just gain as much money as you can, you could have absorbed 1 of them and just forward wide the last guy, and then took that from an ET to a UT. I think brown ninjas are worth, I'm probably going to get this wrong, I think 350 when killed with a UT. I think they're 50 essence, like base. So, you know, if you just killed him normally, you'd only get 50 essence, whereas if you kill him with a UT, you know, you get 7 times that amount. So even on a regular run, having a lot of money, you know, is going to help you buy items. So it's never a bad thing, really.
Right. And like, you'll see me, I use a lot of X+A. I mean, that's such a cornerstone in the game. In fact, one of my clips is going to be about that. But knowing when to do that, and you're not going to wall clean. And if you are going to wall clean, pressing the shuriken so you don't. I mean, I think that happened in the first locked room where you saw me. I knew I was going to hit the wall, and I pressed the shurikens. That way I wouldn't wall clean. And then in the other room, the last room, I knew I wasn't going to.
Yeah.
And I like throwing a shuriken there because I can't tell you how many times I've come to that point and just tried to do an on landing, and they're just ready to...
They'll just nail you, even on normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll just hit you. The other thing about the X+A, I can never remember, even though I've played this game, you know, a fair bit. It's either Wind Path or Wind Run, and I can't remember which one is which. I think Wind Run is like X+A together, and then Wind Path is when you actually jump off their head. But it's also worth noting, you are completely invincible during the jumping off their head animation. So, like, that right there, like, you when you see that little kind of, like, that trail of Ryu, like, that means you have a form of invulnerability. So when you jump off an enemy's head, you're actually invulnerable. Like, you cannot be damaged. Sometimes you'll trade. If you do it too early, you probably see it in a few of my videos, but sometimes you'll do a wind run or wind path, and then you still take the damage, but you still jump off their head because you have armor like on the startup, and you could just trade the damage and take the hit. But if you time it properly, like you're just completely invincible. So it's a really, really good move, just all round.
So here, I think, do I jump up top? I don't think I do. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's kind of weird how that whips.
That's just
and
Ryu.
again, I missed my own landing. You know, trust me, I haven't hardly played the game at all, so there's a lot of rust here, but it's still fun. I missed my A there.
There was a couple of multi-directional roll jumps.
Yeah, and you see, I still messed all that up. But again, if you're just going out and having fun, that's all this is. But really, it's just showing how far you can chain essence, the benefits of it, being able to start out with a UT. I think, oh, there's me not being able to dodge fast enough. But again, you want to get him to roll. I wish I could do the forward X like you do. You know, you're always good at that, but I'm not very... I'm surprised he didn't roll. Usually whenever you hit him with some shurikens, he'll roll.
Sometimes he's annoying, but he just doesn't give it to you. So, it's worth noting real quick as well regarding essence chaining. There's actually no sort of distance limit on how far you can chain it. It just depends on whether the game will let you. So, for example, cutscenes will usually despawn essence, but some of them don't. Like, the Alma cutscene, for example, won't despawn the essence from the ninja fight before it. But the ninja cutscene at the beginning of the game, there's actually a rat there you can kill, and it will despawn that. So it's just knowing which ones do and which ones don't.
The other, I think it's not a matter of how far it is. It's just a matter of time. Because eventually, doesn't that stay out? Again, that's not a bad score considering I wasn't really going for karma. But again, getting the ETs and UTs, if you are going for score, that's what you have to do to get the higher score. You have to get the UTs and ETs. And if you don't want to worry about the ETs and the UTs, well, you're not going to have as much essence as you might need to upgrade for later on. And then you might not get a Master Ninja rank at the end because it really is based on points.
Yeah, and also on that note, real quick, if you play with a prioritization towards money, which is going to mean, a heavy reliance on UTs for the most part, but you just going to Muramasa and kind of money never being a problem will make the game a lot easier, like on your first run through, just so that you can buy items that you need.
Right. Yeah, being able to upgrade the Dragon Sword on normal in Chapter 1 and being able to buy the Azuna Drop or the Inferno Scroll or the Sun Armlet, that's a big deal. So getting as many UTs, I think, is a lot better than going back and farming. I mean, you could have gone into the respawning ninja room and farmed that for 30 or 40 minutes for essence, but I don't think that's as much fun as killing them with UTs and dragging essence and seeing a good score. I mean, not everybody thinks that way, but that's how we do.
Yeah, there's much better places to farm too. Like there's a few places in the game where you can rack up money just insanely fast. Farming essence. There might be a video in that idea actually, because there's some good places early on where like you really can just rack up money like nobody's business. In like 20 minutes you could probably make you could max out the essence in that amount of time. If you know what you're doing. So
I've seen videos where people say, "Oh, well, farming the ghost fish is the best thing to do for money." I'm like, "Yeah, but you're in chapter 14."
Yeah,
at that point.
Yeah,
but you only have one chapter left.
Yeah, I can think of there's a great place in chapter 4 to farm money. There's a great place in chapter 5. Chapter 6, you have the zombies. They are just literally walking pots of money. You can farm them pretty easily. If you're playing on hard, you can't farm the clones, obviously. But I mean, if you're killing the clones with a UT, you literally don't need to farm essence because they're worth so much money. That's worth doing. That's worth learning how to do.
So, hope everybody enjoyed the video. I know we've talked about this before, but again, nothing wrong with refreshing some memories, and if there's some new people watching, hope y'all enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys.